So if you want to leave Facebook and keep your friends, and follow this process that I used, and I'll help you do it. Basically, it starts by ending the addictive behavior, whatever is drawing you to Facebook. And then you need to own your network. I'm going to talk about how to own your data, the data that connects you to your friends. Then we're going to talk about migrating your contacts, migrating all of that data somewhere else, something that you own. Then you're going to stop contributing content to Facebook. No new connections, no new comments, no new photos, nothing. Your Facebook goes static. Once it's static, you download your data. Then, before deactivating your Facebook, you're going to disconnect from Federation, and then you go through deactivating your Facebook account or your profile, and then deactivating Messenger. Those two are actually separate. And finally, once you've deactivated it, just stay deactivated for 10 years. And if you made it, then you can delete it. And in the meantime, you might want to think about a new social media channel just for you. So ending addictive behavior. Basically, we know we get that hit of social media. We want to stay up to date with everything that's going on. So what I do is I make a distinction between messages, which are notifications sent from people, and just app notifications, which are automated triggered notifications. For me, it helped me end the addiction by turning off all notifications and only keeping messages. You're really going to need to look inside of yourself to figure out what is drawing you, what is keeping you with phone addiction and Facebook's addiction as well. All right, the big one, the funny one, own your network. So I was talking to an incoming consulate, which is someone who works at a U.S. mission overseas. And as they were coming into their job, I asked them, so how do you get to know everybody? And she said, well, we have a gigantic Excel spreadsheet of all the contact information for everyone in the country, all the different diplomats and industry partners and blah, 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 blah. They had a huge Excel spreadsheet. And I kind of laughed and thought, oh, that's so archaic that the government uses a huge, slow Excel spreadsheet to manage their system. And in a way, a consulate or an embassy is a social network itself. And she said, no, actually, this data can be imported and exported to all the other different apps, and that the source of the connection information, the name, the address, the phone number, all of that lives on Excel and then is exported to other places. And that's when I realized I have to get onto the immortal format, which is text. I need to have my network in the comma-separated value, which is just like simple text, name, phone number, email address. Of course, I'm not advocating that anyone gets a huge Excel spreadsheet, but just start using a contact management system, something like Google Contacts or Outlook Contacts, because that program can export to your contacts to other apps. That's how we own our network. We get serious about contact management. And then we're going to migrate our contacts from Facebook to our contact management system. And the way we do that, it sounds kind of funny, is every time somebody contacts you on Facebook Messenger, you tell them, hey, I'm leaving Facebook. I want your phone number, email address, name, maybe their actual address, so that you can put that information into your contacts and you can save it. Another thing you can do is you can try to send out an electronic form like a Google survey and try to get your friends to give you all their contact information. Once you get somebody's contact information, then you do this funny thing. You tell them, I got your contact information, I connected with you on another app, or I sent you an email, and now I'm going to block you on Facebook. And they're like, what the heck? You're blocking me? It's like, yes, I'm blocking you. I'm not unfriending you. Blocking just means that I have to, it is inconvenient for me to reach you. And now that you're blocked, you have to continue the conversation on the other app. If you don't block them, convenience and habit will make it that you stay connected to them on that app. So once you're connected on a new app, you block them on Facebook. Remember, don't defriend them, because blocking them, you can easily unblock them, but friending and refriending requires 2 steps. So no, you block them and you get moving. So once you started moving your contacts off, you have to put no new content onto Facebook. And this is hard because Facebook gives everybody unlimited photo and video storage. It has all your comments. It's kind of sentimental moments throughout your whole life are there. So what you do is you go to your Facebook wall and you post to the top of your wall that you're leaving Facebook and that you're on your way out. You make all of your albums private. You gradually move them to another cloud storage or your own storage system. And then no new contact. Anyone who tries to friend you, you tell them, nope, I'll be friends with you on another app. No new friends, no new comments, no new likes, no new photos, no new videos, no new nothing. And you keep that up for about half a year. And at that time, you're also migrating your contacts to your contact management system. So you give Facebook nothing new. You need to make your Facebook static before you can leave. All right, after your Facebook is static for a while and you realize that you don't have any interest in putting any new content on it, then you download your data. And Facebook has settings where you can download all of your data. The big one is downloading all of your photos and making sure you have a good place to store them. Another fun thing to download is all of your friends' birthdays. When you download their birthdays, there's a plugin that can turn that data into a calendar so that you can still get calendar reminders of your friends' birthdays, and then you can email them or message them on another app and be like, hey, happy birthday, and they'll be shocked. They'll think you actually remembered their birthday, and it's actually more touching that way. And then once you've downloaded your data, your Facebook is static and your contact management system is growing and you're connected to your friends on other things, you're going to break what's called federation. Federation is the idea that there's only one border. Like in the United States, there is one national border, but there are 50 state borders. In federation, you use your Facebook login to log into other apps like Duolingo. And people use federation because it's hard to create and remember new passwords, so they think it's easier to just use their Facebook login. But now the difficult thing is when you leave Facebook, you are going to make it difficult to log into those apps. So what you need to do is go into each app that you use federation for and change the login to your email, not your Facebook. This takes some time. The next one is that to really get serious about ending federation, you need to start using a password manager. I use the simple password manager in my browser. You can use a more advanced password manager. It doesn't matter. The point is that eventually, this sounds funny, but you want to get to the point where you cannot remember any of your passwords because the password manager will remember them for you and it'll suggest them for you. But this is something else you have to work on. This is your overall cybersecurity. So then you move on to deactivating your Facebook profile. Deactivating your profile does not deactivate Facebook Messenger. It does not defriend you from anyone. It just makes your profile no longer appear in people's searches, and you cannot view your profile easily. A step before deactivating your profile would be to remove Facebook from your phone so that you have lost the habit of checking your profile. Most people these days don't even really use their profile for much. They're really just using Messenger and they're using events. So you deactivate your profile and you do that for a long time. This is not a hard step. It seems like a hard step, but it's not. The really hard step is deactivating Messenger. You're ready to deactivate Messenger when your Messenger has gone quiet. You've been so careful about moving your contacts over to another app that your Messenger, nobody's really messaging you on Messenger anymore. And so you're ready to leave. But to be honest, you will never be totally quiet. You have to, at some point, just make the move and jump. You deactivate Messenger. Now the goal here is that, you stay deactivated for many years. You never know if you need to get some people's contact information or some of that information from Facebook. Again, and I'm not telling you to delete your Facebook. It's not really going to help you. What's going to help you is long-term deactivation. I myself deactivated for quite a while, and in an emergency situation, I had to get in contact with my friend who I didn't have the contact information for, and I had to get back on and get it. And thankfully, I didn't delete from my Facebook. I just deactivated. So deactivation is the goal here for us. And finally, you want to still share with people. The older folks, you guys can get an email newsletter. Younger people, you can work on these blogs, micro blogs, or anything. I'm not saying get rid of social media or get rid of your online life, but move away from Facebook. So this is the tough one. You've got to think, Do I want to have a website? Do I want to have a blog? How do I want to stay connected with people? So everyone, those were the steps. Just to go through them again, you end the addictive behavior by removing the apps from your phone, turning off all notifications from robots. You own your network by getting serious about contact management. You migrate your contacts by taking every conversation and pushing it to another app while growing your contact management system. You give no new data to Facebook for half a year. You download all your data. You disconnect from Federation. You deactivate your Facebook account. Eventually, you make the crazy plunge. You deactivate Messenger, and you hold on like that for 10 years. And the impact is going to be enormous. You're just going to have more time, more intentional time, and more attention for the things that you wanted.